Here we are once again. Too cool to con, the master of ceremony, Reek, none other. Hey, what is the issue? What's the issue? You know, I know I can't be the only one, but it's quite a few channels that are under censorship, and it doesn't matter how many subscribers you may have. If you're not towing the line of pushing any of their products that will leach revenue out of your pockets, they're not going to send out notifications if they feel that you might hinder the brainwashing of someone making a decision in voting in November. They're going to hinder the notifications. So I see it's so many people on right now. I appreciate the people that are coming in, but hey, if you have something to lend to the conversation, go ahead, speak your piece. And if we get enough people that weigh in, I will open the hotline. I'm kind of finding it hard to um, do this right now because I usually don't do it off of my MacBook Pro. I do it off of my one of my not iPods, iPads, and the one that I usually do the broadcasting off of, without carrying it, those iPads tend to crack my screen up kind of bad. And I usually don't go live off of my iPad Pro because I usually use that one for editing. But this is the one that I ultimately use for actually doing live streams. I don't use my iPhone for any of that because that'll slow down the data for other applications that I have on my phone. So just let me know if it's any regulars, newbies, first timers that or I won't say first timers, but people that haven't commented and been in here a while. You know, I appreciate you coming through. Let's have a conversation. That's what I try to do. Whatever the conversation may be. If I know a little something about it, I'll speak on it. And if I feel someone else is within the chat, I'll highlight them to actually speak on whatever the topic may be, whichever direction it may go. So I know the last time when I actually did a live stream, the only person that actually probably got a notification that came in was the infamous Lisa Smith. But as I always say, once the replay uploads, then people, oh, Rick, I miss, you going live. They didn't send me no notification. They're on that funny business. And I'm like, yeah. I mean, like I said, watch various other channels. I watch channels that, don't talk about anything, and they get instant notifications and no kind of slow down when it comes to their broadcasts. But once again, if they feel that you're not speaking about anything that's gonna deviate from certain brainwashing and programming and indoctrination and colonialism and things like that, they're not gonna hinder those type of people. So hopefully, I mean, I'm seeing people in here, but nobody's saying nothing. That's not how I usually rock. I don't know if they're not letting you say nothing, or maybe I could have the people that been blocked because they said something that was, that sent them to the block party to, you know, not be able to comment. But But yeah, like I said, it really doesn't matter because there's another channel that I that I'm subscribed to that has a fair amount of viewership, and they done interviewed various celebrities, and they touch on topics that are some may say controversial. I just say that they're topics that we really need to be having, but their viewership was high, and now it's, oh, okay, they did a live stream, 28 viewers, but they still got this high number of subscribers. No, that's not possible. But this uh, conglomerate that practices white supremacy is the reason why that a lot of these channels are having issues with you know getting their message out immediately. I won't say they're not getting out, but it's okay. They people go to watch the replays. They watch the replays, but okay, and mysteriously the counter is not working, so we gotta wait till it updates. You get all these kind of excuses, shall I say, from this big conglomerate company that goes across the globe. It ain't just localized in one particular city or anything like that. It goes across the globe. So you mean to tell me that you know this channel that broadcasts 24/7? I mean, it's not like it goes down at a certain time. They got to recalibrate. It is live every single moment of the day and night, wherever you're at on this planet. And a person that has a significant amount of subscribers only gets 35 if they got 100,000, or they got 500,000, or if they got 3.5 million. Come on now. But that just lets you know that whatever's being conveyed is more than any of these, puppeteer channels that, do crazy numbers and have, I guess the brainwashed puppets, eating up what they're saying. I would love to challenge any of those type of channels and really dig deep into, okay, so you're going full ride. Like I said, I know all the things that they send you to try to get you to be on track with, the puppeteering. Like, okay, well, we will see you flourishing more if you conducted your channel like this. I don't believe that reading off of a script will get me to speak to people that I can speak to on the street, in my local areas, not in my local areas, with the conviction that I have that that's going to be a problem. But on this platform, they're pushing a certain narrative, and if you're not going with that narrative, they're going to hinder you because they figure, you know what, that's going to take away. From, you know how they try to say, well, I don't know if a lot of but they'll say, well, that's not approved for our sponsors and things like that. Why? Because that get people into researching more. Like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't be having, spending my money, my hard-earned money towards this certain company or whatnot. Matter of fact, just think of all the little, what they say, essential jobs, since this little pandemic thing been going on, that are closing down, bars and people that done had businesses for long amounts of time. But you see all these tech companies is still going strong. People working from home and still getting all this money. When people that's out in the public sector are getting, done up their rear end. Thanks a lot, Mike. Set. Yeah, I just, I do the affirmations because I know I can get them affirmations out quick as possible, and I know it's like it hits my brain. I'm like, let me just, this applies to somebody. Let me put it out there faster than I could put any kind of video together. So I'll continue doing that. Even those that try to stifle those. I mean, I know y'all come across it, or however, if it hits your timeline, or if you hit, if you just happen to come to my channel and then you hit the community section, and you see all the affirmations. I'm gonna continue to do that. I remember someone's like, "Oh, you're quoting someone else's words." No, if I ever quote anybody else's words, I put who it came from. I don't never put the 2 on the 10. I don't never try to pass off anything that is not of my own mind, is not of my own thoughts. So if I do ever put anything down that is not of my words, I put this is where it came from. But ultimately, probably 90%, 95% of what I put down in for the affirmations, that's all, thoughts that's been hit my brain waves. You said lows still went hard. Yeah, like I said, you just see a lot of like right now. I don't know how it is in your town, but I think the only it's like maybe one grocery store in this town that's probably still open till around 12, and then it closed. What's with all this? Everything closed early. I don't understand that. Oh, we're trying to be more safe because what's going on? Well, you don't have no problem in the daytime when this stuff is going on. Oh, go to work and you know shop at these particular business, but these business over here you can't shop at them. No, you're trying to pick and choose, you know, and that ain't right. Think about it like this: how they say, oh, street drug dealers, street pharmacists, they're bad, but actual pharmaceuticals that can you watch their commercials where they talk about and this can cause this and this can cause this kind of death and you'll have this kind of bleeding. Well, a lot of those pharmaceutical companies are not liable if you take that and you die from that. You cannot sue them, but they're sanctioned. They can still operate. So if anything, really pay attention to if you happen to watch TV. Pay attention to these commercials when they say, "Yeah, it may cause death, may cause anal bleeding, and all this kind of craziness." Listen to that because they're telling you the truth up front. They got to do that. That's the lawyers. Since the lawyers got involved in kind of things, they tell them you got to disclaim that in the front. You got to tell them up front what's really going on. So don't even subscribe to taking none of their products. Matter of fact, make all their stocks go down into the red because of it. We don't. I know. I have. I know maybe some people out there done had family members perish because of these pharmaceutical companies. Some of these puppet ass doctors that done prescribe some BS to one of your family members and got them all twisted and fucked up on something. You know, if anything, people should be taking the task of people that cause the demise of their loved ones, whatever that may be. If you say certain things, they might, try to hit you with, certain try to label you as something. But really pay attention to, maybe your loved ones, how their health is taking a turn for the worse, and who's really at the bottom of causing that. No, I haven't seen the Kodak stock. I haven't seen that. I need to check that. You said, oh yeah, and they checking the temps of people. Yeah, I seen someone. How on certain social medias they'll run like forced ads, shall I say? Every time I see an ad that comes on social media, I block it. I'm like, no, I don't never want to see that come up on my timeline again. But I seen one before I blocked it, showing that we have these kiosks that measure your temperature. It takes your temperature right before you come into any establishment and to get your name and all that. I don't want none of that. That's Big Brother. We already got Big Brother enough in our pockets with our cell phones. Think about it. You can't even find a payphone to save your life, literally. No more. I remember when I was coming up as a young teen, you could find telephone booths everywhere. Now, where can you find a telephone booth? Rarely. And if you do find one, it ain't even hooked up. There's we ain't took this one out yet, but we still got the outside looking like it's a payphone. They used to be posted up at gas stations. You can't find them at no gas stations or nothing. It's like they want to be able to hear your conversation and know who it's coming from. That's why you have a cell phone. You have a cell phone contract. with the cellular company. Matter of fact, the cell phone company got the intel before any to me who they say government or anything like that. Matter of fact, it's a movie called The President's Analyst, and it's basically saying how the telephone company has all the intel on everybody in America, and that was way back in '67. So just think where we're at now in 2020, about to push to 2021. But with that being said, I see it some people in here. We only had Mike Set speak. I would enjoy more people speaking. Like I said, I invite people to come in. If I make the live stream hotline number available, I will, but that's usually to people that are like, Rick, I want to call in, I'll hit the hotline number, but we ain't really having that right now, so I'll put it off for another day. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, if you enjoyed this particular live stream, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And to everybody that's catching the replay, hey, I'm glad that you rock with me. I'm glad that you finally found, you know, uh, another video that I did live that they didn't see your notifications for. And you know what? I'm up out of here.